Power is seductive. It promises change, control, even greatness. But behind the golden throne lies something darker, a curse that has toppled kings, corrupted prophets, and still haunts our world today. From the fall of Lucifer to modern political leaders, this is a story of how power changes people. Power itself isn't evil, but it is revealing. It magnifies what's already inside us. Psychologists call this the power paradox. The same traits that help people rise, empathy, integrity, often fade once they gain power. In the words of Lord Acton, power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. The Bible is filled with cautionary tales, stories where power becomes a test of character, and most fail. Saul started with humility, but when power came, so did jealousy, paranoia, and disobedience. He feared people more than God, and it destroyed him. When you were little in your own eyes, were you not made the head of the tribes of Israel? Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, asked God for wisdom, not power, and God gave him both. But in the end, his heart was not loyal to the Lord his God, for Solomon went after other gods. Power made him compromise. A man who once built the temple of God ended up building shrines to idols. Lucifer, I will ascend to the heavens. I will make myself like the Most High, the highest-ranking angel, beautiful, wise. But pride turned power into rebellion. Lucifer fell from heaven like lightning. Nebuchadnezzar stood at the height of his kingdom and declared, "Is this not the great Babylon I have built by my mighty power and for the glory of my majesty?" But God humbled him, turned him into a wild beast until he acknowledged who really holds power. The same curse lives on today. Many leaders rise as servants, but fall as tyrants. They speak of justice, but grow obsessed with image. They promise the people power, but serve only themselves. Putin, once hailed for stabilizing Russia, now clings to power through war and fear. Trump rose as a populist voice, but power brought division, controversy, and an obsession with loyalty. Xi Jinping, from quiet reformer to near emperor, suppressing religion and rewriting laws. Netanyahu, powerful, charismatic, and repeatedly accused of corruption. These are not just political battles. These are spiritual ones, where ego eclipses purpose. At the root of power's curse is pride, the very sin that turned angels into demons and kings into fools. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Power disconnects us from weakness, from need, from God. It whispers, "You are in control. You are untouchable." But it's a lie. And like all lies, it leads to collapse. There was one who had ultimate power, divine power, but he used it differently. Though he was God, he did not think equality with God something to cling to. Instead, he gave up his divine privileges. Jesus Christ washed feet. He forgave enemies. He laid down his life. And that's what real power looks like. Power reveals, power tests. But power doesn't have to destroy. If guided by humility, wisdom, and accountability, it can serve.